Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
As my son was washing his hands, he reported that just much older, much larger kid grabbed him around the neck.
An Oakland County school in the center of controversy as a lawsuit is filed against the school and the Archdiocese. Local 4 is breaking this story tonight.
It's a question of not only what happened inside Guardian Angel School in Clawson, but also how the allegations of sexual assault against a student were handled.
This story is disturbing, but it's important information to share. One child telling the school another child attacked him in the bathroom. Now a lawsuit has been filed. We bring in Local 4 investigator Karen Drew, who broke this story first on clickondetroit.com earlier today. Karen.
Yes, Kim and Damon, take a look. This is the lawsuit, and I want to take a look at this actual part of the lawsuit that we pulled out here. It's against the Catholic school in Clawson, stating in part the school administration ignored multiple reports that John Doe was being sexually assaulted and harassed by his classmates. What's your biggest complaint with the school?
Biggest complaint with the school was that they just didn't handle this right.
This father is not showing his identity to protect his son, but at the same time, he wants his child's story out. His son was a fourth grader over at Guardian Angels last year in Clawson, when, according to this lawsuit just filed, his child, referred to as John Doe, walked into the bathroom and was sexually assaulted by a sixth grade student.
As my son was washing his hands, he reported that just much older, much larger kid grabbed him around the neck.
And then, according to the lawsuit, the sixth grade student sexually attacked his son. John Doe left the bathroom as quickly as he could, told his teacher of the attack, and was sent to Principal Stephen Turk's office. When Doe arrived at front office, he asked to call his parents, but was denied. According to the lawsuit, the principal interviewed John Doe and the accused sixth grade attacker. The sixth grader admitted to putting Doe in a chokehold from behind and to poking Doe.
Well, I think as soon as criminal sexual conduct is reported, parents should be contacted. Medical attention should be offered,
So your child had no medical attention, and it took them hours to reach you.
Yeah, the police actually never contacted me at all.
So eventually the parents are called, but again, it's severely downplayed. They just tell them an incident's happened at the school, you should come down and talk about it. And it just seems like from the beginning, the principal was doing everything possible to downplay the incident. If you look at the complaint and what we've alleged, this was happening for several years. There's actually a statement in a police report from one of the teachers that says John Doe had reported several times that he was being touched by several students over the years. And the school didn't do anything. They didn't do any type of investigation. It's just incredible to me that a teacher goes to police and says, yeah, I've been told about these incidents happening for years.
And the police don't say, well, where are these reports?
As far as we can tell, they didn't. In the police reports, it wasn't followed up on.
Our request for a comment or interview from the school went unanswered. We also reached out to the Archdiocese of Detroit, also named in the lawsuit, and issued this statement. On April 17, 2024, Guardian Angels Catholic School learned of an allegation of inappropriate behavior between students. The school followed all school and Archdiocese of Detroit policies, including reporting the allegation to law enforcement. The Clawson Police Department investigated the allegation and submitted its report to the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office on June 11, 2024. No criminal charges were authorized. Neither student was enrolled in Guardian Angels for the 2024-25 school year.
How is your son doing?
Finding the right therapy was difficult. There's not a lot of resources out there, unfortunately.
What is his biggest fear, obstacle, as he goes through daily life?
He has nightmares in his sleep. Sometimes he'll wake up just screaming.
I posted the lawsuit on our website. You can find it at clickondetroit.com, and there you can actually read line by line how the school handled the situation, as well as those previous reports as well. I did talk to the parent of the accused attacker. He is frustrated and upset this case is getting the attention since no charges were filed, and said if the family involved has issues with the way their son's past accusations have been dealt with, that is well within their right, saying leave our family out of it. I will say both families said they're upset how the school handled the situation. Both children could have used counseling, help, guidance, and they felt once they pulled their children from the school, they were forgotten about. And if you mention in that response from the Archdiocese, they say we followed the school policies, but parents are telling me these policies are not good enough.
Yeah, and Karen, still so disturbing, and still no word from the school on this.
We expected that we would perhaps hear from them. Still, the school remains silent with our investigative team. Meantime, parents at the school did inform me. They got an email from the principal this morning warning them that our story was coming out. And then this afternoon, they got a second email to those parents saying you may see increased presence of Clawson police over the next 2 days. Parents are worried about the security. So I'm getting a lot of reaction to this.
I bet.
You need to follow up on policy here, too.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we'll stay on top of it.
Keep us posted, Karen. Thanks,
Karen.
Tonight, Help Me Hank exposing a cemetery headstone controversy. Families who paid thousands to honor their loved ones learning their headstones are missing. And wait until you hear why.
Yeah, our consumer investigator Hank Winchester is in Clinton Township tonight getting results and answers for these families.
This right here is Mr. Shackelford's final resting spot. His family has placed this cross and flowers here to identify his grave because his marker is missing. And the reason why involves an inmate locked up in the Macomb County Jail.
It's been one thing after another.
Marilyn wants her father's grave marker.
It's upsetting because I have to go out there and look and there's nothing there.
His headstone paid in full shortly after his passing last year. This is the original invoice from the Granite Company.
From the Granite Company, which is paid in full.
Today, his family only able to find his grave because of the flowers they've placed here.
The man promised us that, we can come out there and see the headstone. It was going to be there. And like I said, we went out there last Saturday, and there was nothing.
The family even paid the cemetery hundreds to place the missing marker in the ground. The marker purchased right here at Clinton Grove Granite. Now take a look. The door here is shut, it's locked. There's a sign, temporarily closed due to a personal medical situation. But we know the real reason the owner is not here. It's because he's right here, locked up inside the Macomb County Jail. Now take a look. This is Jacob Katzak's mugshot. DUI, third offense. He was taken into custody earlier this year, and he'll likely remain here locked up until this fall. How frustrating is it for you? Because, his Granite place is right across the street, and you've got families that have paid the cemetery for burial.
It's heartbreaking, to be honest.
Tina is with the Clinton Grove Cemetery, not affiliated in any way with the Granite Company, and they're working to help these families get a resolution.
The families are coming out here looking for closure. And in effect, that's often what a headstone or a marker is. It's the final closure in the way to say, hey, she's here, he's here, and we're going to be able to come visit this spot and know that our loved one is here.
I reached out to the Macomb County Sheriff's Office and was told they are working on trying to connect these families with the business. The plan right now, have police gain access to the building, release the markers, and have them installed in the cemeteries.
We need something done here and now. Not yesterday, today. If you promise you're going to do a thing, you need to do it.
And that's why we moved so quickly on this one. A big thanks to the Macomb County Sheriff's Department for stepping up, working with these families that are affected. And if you're just watching this and you've done business with that gentleman, you're waiting on a marker and you're just learning he's incarcerated, make sure you too contact the Sheriff's Department if you believe you may have a marker inside that building. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester, Help Me Hank, Local 4.
And Hank, I can't even begin to imagine the magnitude of frustration for those families. So we know police are stepping in now to help, but are they also investigating any potential criminal wrongdoing?
Damond, you can just understand how emotional and frustrating this has been for so many. So some families have reached out to police, but the goal here really is just to make it whole for these families, to work to find those markers. If you do believe that you've been wronged financially in some way, we do encourage you to contact the police, but make sure if you're waiting for one of those markers, you get in touch with the Sheriff's Department. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Hank.
Well, after 2 days of deliberations, the jury says it is deadlocked on a verdict in the Christopher Schur trial.
Yet today, the judge told the jury to keep trying before sending them home for the day. Now, members of the jury had deliberated for about 10 hours when they told the judge around 3 today that they couldn't reach a verdict. Earlier, defense attorneys asked for a mistrial. Schur is charged in the April 2022 shooting death of Patrick Lyoya after a traffic stop in Grand Rapids. Now, the jury has 3 options here: second-degree murder, manslaughter, or not guilty. And we are going to be streaming the verdict live on Local 4 Plus and on clickondetroit.com. So time is running out if you still haven't secured your real ID. You know, tomorrow is the deadline for Americans to obtain the specific form of identification. If you don't have a real ID or another accepted form of identification, such as a passport, you could face delays at the airport security. Now, you can expect additional screenings and the possibility of not being allowed beyond the security checkpoint if your identity cannot be verified there. TSA officials say passengers without it will not be turned away, rather, at airports if you don't have a real ID.
All Elite Wrestling returns to Detroit tomorrow night for a pair of shows at the Masonic Temple. One of the stars set to hit the ring is Swerve Strickland. As Victor Williams shows us, Swerve spent the day giving back to those in Metro Detroit.
Yes, it's a very exciting time for wrestling fans, but while the show is getting prepared to take off this upcoming Wednesday, Swerve Strickland is hoping to inspire those right here in the D as well.
Swerve Strickland living his dream.
When he's not winning World Heavyweight Championships, professional wrestler Swerve Strickland just so happens to also be passionate about music.
My favorite rapper, one of my guys that inspired me coming up was like Big Sean. He's from Detroit and stuff, so like Detroit's always been an inspiration to me. Eminem always been a big inspiration to me music-wise.
Ahead of his appearance at AEW Dynamite, Swerve is using that same passion for music to help motivate those at D-Man Music Therapy Studio in Berkeley with the close, intimate conversation.
It's honestly rightfully fitting, you know, especially if there's anything I can do to give back or help out or help inspire. It's in the music realm outside of wrestling, you know.
It's powerful to have someone who's been doing what he does to show our people that they can do anything.
Aside from that, you could also catch him on the street inspiring drivers with his friend Terrence Burney, holding the sign that says simply, "I see greatness in you."
Somebody need to hear, yeah, we talking to you, lady. We see you. We see greatness in you. See that? I mean, imagine this smile. Smile just set off some chemical energy. We see you. We love you.
Spirit and the energy of Detroit's always dope to me.
And you can see Swerve fighting at AEW's Dynamite May the 7th, right at the Masonic Temple at 7:30. Victor Williams, Local 4.